Hi everybody, I wanted to take you really quickly through a new intake from this evening. So the very first thing I do, even when I get in a baby this tiny, so if we take a quick look at her, she's just a couple of days old. She still has the little umbilical stump right here. So the first thing I do is I'm going to weigh her. So tear my scale. And 14 grams. So she is definitely only a couple of days old. So now that we've got her weight, we want to make sure that we record that on her intake sheet. So I use the intake summary book that I've designed. So we've got the 23rd squirrel. She came actually from an animal hospital, animal emergency hospital and urgent care. She was found outside in the rain all by herself. So I'll just note that information and I'll explain why that might be important to remember in a second. But basic information, so we've got 14 grams and I would say age on her is probably 1 to 3 days. And reason for intake in this case is going to be orphaned. You may get some that are from an animal attack or injury, but in this case we're going to say orphaned. Now pinkies, I always assume that there's going to be some degree of dehydration, so we'll say that we're kind of on the dehydrated side, but that it's not severe. And her body condition is actually pretty good. She's just about where she should be. Now, something that I do want to note in her assessment, as you can see, she's got some extensive bruising on her back feet, which probably comes from a fall from her nest. She's got a little bit banged up on the way down. So I'm definitely going to note that. I'll put that in the injuries here. Bruising on both back legs and feet. And the reason why I wanted to mention she was found outside in the rain, as I was bringing her home, I did notice she's sneezing a little bit. As far as I know, the finder did not actually feed her anything. So in this case, it could just be a little bit of water that she sucked in. I don't know if she was sitting in a puddle or just from getting rained on constantly. I don't like to start these real little guys on antibiotics if I can help it. So I'm just going to make a note that she's sneezing a bit so that it's something I can monitor and potentially throw antibiotics into the mix if it becomes more of a concern. These guys, they're young, they don't have a lot of reserves, and with a respiratory infection, they can tank pretty quickly. So definitely something that I want to keep an eye on. So now that we've got her basic records, the other thing that I always want to do on intake is to try to assess the level of dehydration. No matter what, I'm going to start her on some warmed Pedialyte once we get her body temperature up a little bit.